Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash, for giving the spirit to listen on today. Lord, and the feed you lamb and sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, who taught us this 100% truth, according to the spirits to be Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect that they're pushing his word through the four corners of the earth in sincerity. And peace and blessing to your hopeful believers out there, which are also part of the elect. See, I say shalom. And once again, I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachakwadash. Forgive me the spirit to do the lesson on today. Lord, willing to feed you, lamb and sheep of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Now, I'm going to check the audio real quick. Lord willing, that was clear because I forgot to do that part. Lord willing, that audio was good. Let me check it. Spirits to be Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh. All right, the audio is good. So, yeah, Shalom Akim. Through the prosperity of Yahweh Shai, give me another day to make a video. Through the prosperity of Yahweh Shai. And as you see the title, it says, don't be entitled. Why? Why not to be entitled? Because entitled is a pride character, is a characteristic of pride. For somebody to be entitled, they have to have a pride-like mindset. Because when you go into the definition of a title, we're going to get, it's going to be a lot of meat on that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be too long. You want to hit a couple of scriptures, I had enough time to sit down and do it, so I might as well go ahead and sit down and do it. But first off, before we get that, I want to get the scripture right here. Let me get this. Bad. Let me share it with you, Hakim. As its title, don't be entitled. And why is that? Because being entitled is a pride-like characteristic, man. So I want to get this because the Lord doesn't like that prideful stuff, man. Scripture speak about how pride is the beginning that he departed from his maker. And then there's countless other scriptures going into why the Lord is not a big fan of prideful like people. Because when you're prideful, you think of yourself of something, and that God kind of ties in with the definition of being entitled. Because when you're entitled, you have that same type of way. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get the definition of entitled, but I want to get this right here. It's a scripture real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 6. Verse 16, it says, these 6 things doeth the Lord Yahweh Bashem shall hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, see, a proud look, man. Proud, pride, same thing. That was the first thing Yahweh Bashem shall mention, man, through the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Bashem shall mention a proud look. Why? Because the Lord is not with that proudful stuff, man. Scripture say, because of the pride, the city shall be troubled. 2 Esdras 8 speaks about how, and we're going to pull that too. 2 Esdras 8, I think it's around the 50th verse, it speaks about how it says, great misery shall come unto those who in the latter time shall walk in great pride. The Lord not dealing with their pride, man. Pride is not an example of the fear of the Lord, man. If you're walking around with pride on you, you know what I'm saying? And we're going into being entitled, because being entitled is a characteristic of being proud. And you should try. Don't be being entitled, man. That's what the black woman do. Let Keisha do that shit, man. Lord gonna deal with her. But for us servants of Yahweh Bashem Shai, and if you a so-called black woman out there and you serve the Lord too, don't be out here being entitled, man. That is a characteristic of pride. And as we read in Proverbs 6 and 16 and 17, these things the Lord hate, and pride is one of them. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands and shit, innocent blood. And it keeps on going. But the point was verse 7. Let me get 2 Esdras 8. But I quoted it. me see what it's saying in GMT. Let's see. Right, this is Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50 in the GNT. It says, the people of this world who have lived their lives in pride and arrogance, right, will suffer many things in the last days. Come on now. And why we pulling these? Because in being entitled is a characteristic of pride. So if you have entitlement, being entitled, you know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm going into this because you got to think about it. How you got to understand how much we need you, how much Mawasha. You know, brothers always talk about praying. You know what I'm saying? But you got to pray for everything. And when I say pray, and I'm even doing it myself to the best of my ability, you know what I'm saying? I still need to work on this more. But you got to be praying when you leave the house. Like a prophet Cobb say, pray to Yahweh Shah, thanking him for waking you up. You open your eyes, thank the Lord. Because it ain't just repenting every night, repenting every day. Oh, that's the only time you pray to the Lord. Or if you need, no, you're supposed to pray to the Lord. Lord, allow me to make it to work safe. Lord, allow me to get home safe. Lord, allow this food to not be poison to me. Lord, allow my family to be safe. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be praying, ask the Lord, allow him to make you to that destination safely. Because if you don't do that, then you're showing a sense of entitlement, like you deserve for the Lord to allow you to make it to that destination. The only reason that you didn't die when you made it to that destination, the only reason you didn't die when you ate that food, the only reason that you was able to wake up was due to the power and spirit of Yahweh Shai. And with you not acknowledging that, you're showing a sense of pride in a way of being entitled, which is a characteristic of proudfulness. And we're going to, like I said, Second Ezra 8, the ones that are proud and arrogant will suffer many things in the last days. And we're in the latter times of the last days where Lord is checkmating, checkmating all these pride niggas, man. That's how we got in the situation we in the first place, man. Because I'm going to pull these examples, but let me get this. Actually, it's in the same chapter, but it's not in the GNT. We pulled this last night. Out of the camp on one of the side camps. And it instantly made me think of this. Let me see. Okay, nah, that's not what I thought I said. Yeah, that's the second that just fitting. Then that's what I wanted. Now let's get to the definition of pride right quick. My bad, entitled. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Cause it's like a two-part. It's like it's not going into prayer, but is I'm trying to direct it in the, trying through the spirit, trying to kind of direct it towards the aspect of remember to pray always, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be entitled, because when you're not praying, asking the Lord to, because it ain't just asking the Lord forgiving you for what you did that day and what you did in your past lives. You know what I'm saying? What else things you're gonna do? It's not just asking the Lord for forgiveness, it's asking the Lord to allow you to be able to eat that day. The Lord allow you to be able to make it home safely. Because he could just, you know how many people the Lord could kill? You know how many people the Lord have killed on their way to places, have killed their family, had killed them by way of eating certain foods. They choked on probably some chicken, choked on a bone. Come on, like the Lord could easily off you. So with you moving in an aspect of not acknowledging Yahweh Shema Rashai for allowing you to eat, allowing you to wake up, allowing you to make it to your destination safely. Allow the Lord to keep your car in good condition so you could be able to make it to your job. Ask the Lord for the wheels. You know what I'm saying? Praying for the Lord, asking the Lord to pretty much make sure your wheels don't come off your car and stuff like that. That right there shows humbleness, and it shows that you understand that you can't do nothing without Yahweh Bashim Shai. You got to remember, the Lord likened us unto little children. He didn't humble himself as a little child shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. So if you humble yourself as a little child, what is the characteristic of a child? They understand that they need their mom and dad for everything. Same with us. The Lord said that the one that's like that go enter into the kingdom of heaven. We got to move in that mannerism, because it ain't just unlearn the things that you learn. You know what I'm saying? Be as a little child, but you got to move like one in this ministry. Especially Yahweh Shai being the father, you gotta you gotta move like you don't know what you like. Of course you know what you're doing, like you know how to drive, but it's in a sense of like if I get here safely, it's gonna be according to the Lord's will. You know what I'm saying? Ask the Lord, allow you to make somewhere safely. That's why we say Lord's will, Aparatazah. If it be the Lord's will, if it be His will that I make it to this destination safely. Ask Him, can you make it to that destination safely? Because it say you have not, because you asked not. The reason the Lord fucked your car because you didn't ask Him to protect you when you drove the car. And if He decided to fuck your car up anyways, hey, it was His will. It was written. He wanted it to go like that. No, but this is the definition of entitled, right? And it says, I wanted to get this one. This was real good. It says, believing oneself to be inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. I'm gonna read it again. It says, believing oneself to be inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. So by you being entitled, by you not praying to the Lord and asking the Lord to allow you to make it to your destination safely, allow the food that you eat, thanking the Lord for waking you up on that day, thanking the Lord for not taking you out. You know what I'm saying? By you acknowledging the Lord, you're showing that you're showing a sense of I didn't deserve this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't deserve for the Lord to wake me up, but I'm thankful. I didn't deserve for the Lord to give me this wisdom not to understand it, but I'm thankful. Instead of showing I deserved it. When you don't pray, you're showing a sense of you deserved it. Oh, the Lord should have woke me up. Or the Lord should allow me to make it to my job. Or the Lord, that's the type of vibe you're giving off to Yahweh Shai. And you don't want to be giving off that vibe. Because we just read in 2 Ezra 8, man, the ones that are pride and arrogant, the Lord gonna kill their ass, man. He gonna kill them. He don't like that stuff, man. And it said deserving of privileges. That's what you do. It's a privilege for Yahweh Shai to protect you, man. It's a privilege for the Lord to give us this understanding. Just starting with that, it's a privilege. You know, I've always thought about, you know, what Apostle Carr has said. You know, he's speaking to us one time and he said that, you know, you got to get out of that black woman's spirit. You know, you come to this truth with a sense of entitlement. You got to get out of that shit. And I've been meditating upon that ever since. And through more and more time, the Lord has been revealing onto me how can I show less pride of me being entitled? You know? Oh, I did like because you're not literally saying to the Lord, oh, I deserve you to allow me to make it work. But in your actions, you showed because you didn't ask Him, can you make it to work? You didn't ask Him, could you make it to your destination safely? You didn't ask Him to give you the spirit to make this video. You didn't ask Him, and of course, He's giving you the spirit to make the video, of course, because you wouldn't be able to do it without Him putting a spirit upon you. But it's just a note. And then sometimes you would have situations where, like, let's say you driving, because I know it's happened to many brothers. You driving, but the Lord will send you a sign. He might see 144 on a car, 744, or what numbers the Lord allow you to see through the spirit, and you recognize them. You like, oh snap! I forgot to thank the Lord for allowing me to make it to my job safe, or allowing the food to not kill me. We're literally eating poison. Scripture say we should eat our food defiled amongst the Gentiles. We're literally eating poison, and we're not dead. Call all Yahweh Shai Shai. You got to thank Yahweh Shai Shai for that, man. I remember when brothers came out and they were saying how the Great Value brands in Walmart got hepatitis in it, man. Man, I've been tearing up Great Value since I was knee high. My parents just buy Great Value all the time. But I'm not dead. Call all Yahweh Shai Shai, man. Scripture speak about those receiving benefits, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get out of that, you know, I deserve to make it to the spot. I deserve to do that. I deserve to get food. And how do you show the Lord that you're not? How do you show the Lord that you're not being entitled to those things? By praying and asking Him for them. And you're in the flesh, so you gonna forget sometimes. You might fuck up and do this. You might fuck up and do that. Stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's giving up your best sacrifice. Romans 12 says, make your body a living sacrifice. So you got to give up the best sacrifice you can give up. So to the best of your ability, pray and always ask the Lord to allow you to make it a place safely. And that's just an example I'm using. There's countless other things you can ask the Lord for. Like David was a good example. He prayed for the Lord for everything. What do you think all them psalms are for? Them psalms are songs that him praying to Yahweh Shema Shai, asking, Lord, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Lord, should I do this? Lord, would it be right for me to do this, Lord? Allow me to do this, Lord. Allow me to do that. Allow me to do this, Lord. You know what I'm saying? I want to pull these two. These some good examples. I'm going to get Luke chapter 7. I want to get 18 first. Then we're going to get 17. We're going to end it off with 17. This is Luke chapter 18, verse 9. And this is going into a prayer, which is going to go as a parable, though. But it says, this is Luke 18 and 9. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous in the, verse 10 is the point. Verse 10 where I started. Right, it says Luke 18 and 10. Two men went up. Luke 18 and 10. Two men went up into the temple to pray. The one Pharisee and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself. Yahweh Shai, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possesses. And this publican standing afar off will not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, God, Yahweh shall be merciful to me, a sinner. Now let me read 10 through 12 again, and let's get it again. Two men went up into the temple to pray, right? Two types of men. The Lord is giving you two examples, a proper example and not a proper example. Well planted, my bad. They're both proper examples of what to be and what not to be. It says, the Pharisee stood and prayed thus for himself, Yahweh Shai, I thank thee that I am not as the other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. I fast twice in a week. I will give tithes of all that I possess. So this Pharisee, he's boasting in pretty much himself. I'm not extortion. I'm not like this publican right here. He first off, he's looking down upon. I'm not like this publican right here. I'm not like this unjust. I'm not like these adulterers here, right? Says he said I fast twice a week, man. I give tips of all that I possess. And the reason he's noting these things is why? To show the Lord why the Lord should bless him. Lord, this is why you should answer. This is what he's saying. Lord, this is why you should answer my prayer. I'm not an unjust. I'm not an extortioner. I'm not an adulterer. I'm not like this publican. I fast twice a week, Lord. I do all these things, Lord. So he's coming with a sense of entitlement. Lord, since I do all this, you should give me this. No. You got it all wrong, man. Lord already said that. Lord already said that for all have sinned and come short to the glory of Yahweh Shai. Other scriptures say how we are unprofitable servants. With us even being our best in the flesh still is not enough for Yahweh Shai. That's why we need a Yahweh Shai sacrifice. That what makes Yahweh Shai sacrifice so detrimental, because he cleans up the shortcomings, and through us having faith upon him, we will be justified. And that's a whole nother video, because Yahweh Shai did a lot, man. He took us from under the curse of the law and put us in a situation of grace where we could be saved through faith upon him, of course, showed through our actions and not by the works of the law. Because if it's by the works of the law, we all fall short to the works of the law. But through Yahweh Shai, we are made complete in the eyes of the Lord. But this Pharisee is boasting as if he ain't wicked. He ain't done nothing bad, and he's doing this to show the Lord. He's naming all these accolades to he's naming all these accolades so he could tell the Lord why the Lord should bless him. That's why he's naming all these accolades. You know what I'm saying? Because when you pray, you asking somebody for something. It's like you go to your parents, Dad, can I have this? I cleaned the room up today. I did my homework. I did this. You're going to give him all these accolades you did to show why he should do this for you, why you deserve this. No. Let's read verse 13, though. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes up to heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, Yahweh Bashem shall be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other, for everyone that exalted himself shall be abased, and he that humbled himself shall be exalted. Boom. The one that came merciful, the one that came and he humbled himself, he's like, Lord, I'm a sinner. He didn't boast. He didn't feel desert. He didn't go pray to the Lord in an entitled like spirit, deserving of the Lord. He said, Lord, have mercy on me. I'm a sinner. He's asking, Lord, can you have mercy on me? I'm a sinner, man. He's acknowledging that he ain't shit. He's acknowledging that he's a wretched man. Why you have the Pharisee is over here pretty much giving all these accolades to explain to the Lord why the Lord needs to bless him. He's giving all these accolades to he did this, he did that. That's entitlement. Because what did we just went into? When you go into the definition of entitlement, what did it say? It said deserving of privileges or special treatment, and that's shown through your actions. So he think the Lord should bless him, which a blessing is a special treatment from the Lord. He think the Lord should bless him because he did all these things, and that's not even enough for the Lord, man. But the Lord delighted in the one that was humble, the one that didn't come in the entitled like mindset, then bring the entitlement energy, man. You know what I'm saying? This be the last scripture right here. And actually, I could just go to the next chapter over here. This is Luke chapter 17. And this is verse 11. And it came to pass, and he went to Jerusalem, Yahushua, speaking about, that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. And as he entered into the certain village, there met him 10 men that was lepers, which stood afar off. So they was unclean, outside the city. And they lifted up their voices and said, Yahushua, Master, have mercy on us. And when he saw them, he said unto them, Go show yourselves unto the priest. And it came to pass that as they went, they were cleansed, right? So they was lepers, and if you don't know what a leper is, blood, pretty much blood show forth through your skin. What they would call nowadays, what they would call vitiligo, right? So it says, and went to saw them. So and when he saw them, he said unto them, Go show yourselves unto the priest. And it came to pass that as they went, they were cleansed. So they weren't lepers no more. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back with a loud voice and glorified Yahweh Bahasham Shai. So not that he'd only asked for the Lord to do something for him. When the Lord did it for him, he acknowledged it. He thanked the Lord for it. That's showing humbleness. That's showing that's a non-prideful characteristic. That's showing not a sense of entitlement. He asked the Lord, could he get to the job safely? When the Lord allowed him to make him to his job safely, he thanked the Lord for allowing him. Instead of, hey, Lord, can I make it to my job safely? You don't thank the Lord like he's supposed to do it. You ask the Lord. First, you asking him. You start off good. You ask the Lord. You start off good at showing that entitlement. Then you turn around and don't thank the Lord. You showing entitlement. Oh, you should have did that, Lord. I asked you. You should do it. You acting like that Pharisee. Now I'm going to read down. We're going to read 15 again. It says, actually 14. It says, and when he saw them, he said unto them, Go show yourselves unto the priest. And it came to pass that as they went, they were cleansed, right? They weren't lepers no more. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back with a loud voice glorified Yahweh Shai, and fell down on his face and his feet, giving thanks, and he was a Samaritan, right? So he acknowledged that the Lord had cleansed him from being a leper. And Yahweh answered, saying, where there not 10 cleansed, but where are the 9? So Yahweh is like, didn't I cleanse 10 of you? But only one acknowledged it and came back and gave me thanks. But he cleansed 10 of you, showing you right there that the other 9 was being entitled. They asked the Lord to do something for them. They ran off to the priest. They got cleansed, and they didn't even acknowledge and thank the Lord for cleansing them, showing a sense of entitlement, which is a characteristic of pride. When you just went into being prideful, the Lord ain't with that stuff, man. The reason that the one noticed that he got cleansed because he wasn't being entitled. He asked the Lord and he hoped the Lord did it. And when he seen that the Lord did it, he gave thanks, showing that he wasn't let me rephrase it. When you ask the Lord for something, you know what I'm saying, you want to have a sense of like, you know what I'm saying, the faith, like the Lord gonna do it, you know, but you don't want to have that sense of mindset like the Lord should do it. You know, you should be looking for the Lord to do it for you. And once he does it for you, give him thanks. Don't just try to ask the Lord for something like the Lord gonna do it. Yeah, he is. And you got to be looking for him to do it. And once he do it, give thanks unto him for doing that. Don't just be sitting here, ask the Lord for something, don't give him thanks. He didn't have to do that for you. So the other ones didn't give thanks, man. But he gave thanks because he noticed that the Lord did it, because he was looking for that miracle. He asked the Lord for something, he was looking for it. And what did the Lord do? He blessed him. Now the next one cold. The next couple scriptures cold, but that was really the point. Yeah, that was the point right there. The next one cold. It's gonna jump to a whole nother topic. But that was the point pretty much right there, man. As going back into the title of the video, don't be entitled. Because why? Being entitled is a characteristic of pride, man. It's a characteristic of pride, and you don't want the Lord to be feeling like you being entitled. Which, in other words, being prideful, man. And we just pull the scriptures to back it up. Examples of men being prideful and what the Lord said about them, or men being entitled. You had the Pharisee in Luke 17, then you had the 9 lepers. They got cleansed, but then they acknowledged the Lord. Now, of course, you in the flesh, man. You're going to fuck up. You're going to probably forget to thank the Lord for allowing you to eat today. That's what you got to understand, the magnitude of thanking, the magnitude of the Lord taking care of us, man. You think that food on your table was just given to you, like you just went to go work your ass off and pay the bills and you got it? No, the Lord allowed you to get the strength. The Lord allowed you to have shit. The Lord allowed your ass to wake up to even get the money. Then with you waking up, he allowed you to have enough strength to go get the money. And with you getting the money, he allowed you to spend the money on the food. And with the food, he allowed the food not to kill you, even though it's poisonous. Come on. You got to thank the Lord for that. Because if you don't, you showing in your actions, you showing entitlement, man. So Lord, this is edifying and feed the lemon sheets of Yahweh Shemel Shai. I'm going to give the honor to the apostles and elders with Millstone who taught us this 100% truth according to the spirits of be Yahweh Shemel Shai. And Lord, in this feed you lemon sheets of Yahweh Shemel Shai. To you, I'm going to say shalom.